Hey guys, Eerie is here and welcome along to another video. So, I got invited to Amsterdam by Gran Turismo. A pretty landmark moment for me, as you can probably appreciate and imagine, and I thought I'd bring you along for this, what I hope isn't the last, but definitely the first experience I've ever had of this nature. A disclaimer though, I am a sim racer, not a vlogger, and I thought you'd appreciate me sharing this rather than nothing at all, but it's very loose, very amateur, very chopped up and put together. It's very much just a document of my movements and what I got up to while I was away, because after all, without you guys I wouldn't be going, so please don't at me for my quality of this vlog. So day one, as you can see, we are flying to Amsterdam. We took off from Heathrow on Thursday afternoon, and here I am doing my best travel vlogger impression. But we got there after about a 40-minute flight, not too far from London Heathrow, into Amsterdam Schiphol with British Airways on A319. Yes, I'm a bit of an aviation geek, so I do know these things. And after a massively long taxi, we're landing here. There was then about 15 minutes of making our way to the terminal, even going off and going over, I should say, a highway, as you can see there. But eventually we got to the gate and it was time to get off the plane. Now, it wasn't actually that easy once we got off the plane to actually get out of the airport. We got, well, because of Brexit and things, we had to wait in multiple lines, but we got out eventually. We got our transfer and we arrived here at the Hilton. Now, we didn't have long. We had to sign up and then we had to get out because we had a dinner at a very nice restaurant outside. The weather was really nice and we had some posh food, and the festivities continued to be posh as we arrived at the Gran Turismo premiere at the Royal Theatre of Amsterdam, I want to say. But lots and lots of VIPs, lots and lots of people who had bought tickets, and we were then shown to our seats, which were like in the side bits, like the Royal Variety Show here in the UK. Only very important people not live there, well, you wouldn't want to live there, but sit and watch the film there. So the film, after some Q&A, was about to start. Obviously I had to cut it here because I don't want to get done for piracy, but we saw the film and I thought it was great, and I was in it for one whole second. Following on to the next day, we had a meet and greet with Jan, who obviously the film is about. We had an opportunity to take some photos and ask some questions, etc, before we made our way to the venue for the first time. There were some amazing cars waiting outside, including this GT3 RS, which was actually in the film. You'll see I'll get into that later, but wow, that is a proper race car. Here we are then, about to go into the venue, and this is what it looks like. The GT World Series Showdown in Amsterdam. Pretty cool and pretty mega to be at an event like this for the first time. I've been to other events, but not Gran Turismo events, and this was, as you'll see here, I'm going to go up the stairs in just one moment. This was on a pretty good size scale. So we're going to go up these stairs here, and we're going to see the stage for the first time. We were here for the Manufacturers' Cup. This was Friday, and yeah, it was pretty decent. Everyone was vying for that. Now, before we got into that, there was, of course, the Pro-Am. We did some practice, and then it was time for the semi-finals. Now, you'll see it on the YouTube channel, official Gran Turismo channel, if you want to see the race that's going on in the background there. I was in the semi-final, but yeah, go and check that out if you want to see how that goes. It went quite well. And then it was time for the main event. All the players here getting introduced for the manufacturers, and yeah, they went to work. It was a really good race actually at Suzuka. It had loads and loads of weather. It was a really long race, like 35 laps. And it really showed what Gran Turismo is capable of, and I absolutely loved it. Porsche came across to take the victory there. You can see how happy they are. There was only two drivers, because Angel obviously had his injury. Hopefully he is back on the scene soon. But yeah, they got the victory for Porsche. Really cool. The stage was fantastic. They made a big deal out of everything. The show was really good. Loads and loads of fireworks, loads and loads of very slippery confetti. But yeah, all in all, really, really nice. So congratulations to Porsche and their drivers for that. But yeah, it was then time for day 3. So whilst all this goes on in the background here, giving out of trophies, etc., there's Jan giving out the trophy to the winners there. Well, all top 3 actually, of course. Day 3 was a big day. We had a boat trip, we had the Pro-Am final, which we had progressed to, and we had the Nations Cup final. So lots and lots going on there. But yeah, you can just see here how much of a show it is. You can see all the smoke, you can see all the fireworks, you can see the sparklers, and you can soon see, there you go, that slippery confetti coming down. Pretty much a full house, to be honest, for this one. So really, really good to see a live audience back after COVID. But it was time for day 3. Pretty miserable start to the day, as you can see. That was the view out of my window. But thankfully it cleared up just in time for the boat trip. So what this was some of the media and actually the drivers were invited to go and have lunch and basically go down the canals of Amsterdam. Beautiful blue skies, as you can see. Loads and loads of people who were doing it there. It would have been pretty miserable had it been the same sort of weather as before, but thankfully it wasn't. And yeah, we finished off the boat trip in fine style. I had some lovely lunch. I actually refrained from having a beer because I had some serious business to take care of course. This was my first live event, as many of you know, and it was time for the Pro-Am final, which we had progressed to from yesterday, and coming in, actually I won't ruin it, go check it out on the Gran Turismo YouTube channel. But yeah, as I say, we did rather well. So we got off the bus after the transfer back to the venue. More amazing nice cars outside that I didn't show you from before, but this is the theatre here. We had ourselves a little race debrief. It all felt very professional, just letting everybody know what all the settings and things were for the race and the conditions, etc. And then it was time to get down to business. You can see Tom there from Traction, you can see Igor, Steve's around there somewhere as well. But yes, it was time for the Pro-Am race final. Obviously I wasn't filming it because I was taking part in it, but it went rather well. These were the things that you could have won. We won one of those things, and after that we then went outside to have a look at this. I said, can I just have a photo with the car? Someone from Polyphony Digital just threw me the keys and said, away you go. So I found myself in the Porsche GT3 RS from the film. That was pretty surreal there, but I didn't steal it. I left it there because it was time for the Nations Cup final. Here are the introductions here. The pole sitters, France, were just coming out there. As you can see, loads and loads of lights, loads and loads of action, a massive show. And then everybody was getting ready for the showpiece event here. Look how many drivers there are. So this was around Lago Maggiore, a track I knew very well from the earlier race in the Pro-Am. Basically the rules were everybody had to drive. It was, yeah, as you can see, everybody was having a pretty good time, and it was, after all said and done, Spain again who come through. You might recognise some of the drivers there from our daily races and from previous events, but yeah, they did pretty well and they came home with the victory. And as you can see here, everybody, well, the Spanish certainly, but everybody else was very, very happy for them. So all in all, a fantastic race, a fantastic event. Here they are just celebrating, doing all the media and doing everything like that. And then here is the announcement of the winners. Plenty of smoke, as you can see. And yeah, it was just a really, really, really nice event, to be honest. The end of an amazing weekend for me. A dream come true to be in this environment, as Kaz here gives the trophy to the winners. Michelin Man there as well, which is pretty cool to see. I've got a selfie with him at some point. But yeah, in all seriousness though, this was the end, of an amazing weekend. A dream come true for me to be invited to a Gran Turismo event, and it was in thanks again to you guys, to whom without your help it would not be possible. So as all the celebrations roll off in the background, I just want to say thank you all so much for your continued support. This is amazing. I cannot believe I went to this event, and it's all because of you. So thank you guys so very, very much.